Purpose of visit?
Huh?
Business or pleasure?
Business. I'm here for work.
Do you watch movies?
Yes, sir, I do, sir.
Tell me, what's your favorite movie?
Thank you, Daddy. Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Wow. It looks like you love fantasy then. You enjoy things that are unreal.
Well, I guess you can say that, sir.
Good. Very good. There's something that I'm about to tell you. I know it may sound like it's a fantasy, something of storybooks, but I don't want you to get carried away because it's a real thing. It's something I've experienced, something I saw, I experienced it. It's real. And the one who told me this is someone who has a track record of unfailing accuracy. He's never failed. What do you see when you look at the state of the country? What picture does your mind paint when you think about home? Is it that of pain, suffering,
this latest attack
bloodshed,
troops
terrorism?
After bandits attacked and killed.
Or do you see the level of corruption
Western Nigeria, where more than
and
300
injustice
schoolgirls have been
in the
kidnapped?
land? If that is what you see, you may not be far from the truth. At least for now. However, as for me, that's not what I see, and that's not what he showed me.
I don't understand, Daddy.
Okay, let me help you. What if I told you that everything you see today can be totally fixed? Totally. Where you will see the roads clean and beautiful, the farms blossoming, the water running well, our villages transform into beautiful communities, security everywhere, foreigners coming in, walking freely on the streets and on the road because there is safety and there's security everywhere. There's this national joy and kind of happiness that natural words cannot describe, what would you say?
Daddy, no more crime? I don't understand. I'm sorry, sir. It's just a little too much for me to take in. Daddy, it's a little bit strange. How does it all make sense?
Now you're asking the right question, huh? Yes, I'll tell you. After several weeks of praying and fasting, I sought the face of the Lord concerning the nation. The Lord showed me something that is so amazing, a clear vision of a new Nigeria, a nation that will emerge as one of the strongest nations on earth, a nation where the standard of righteousness and morality is going to be seen. I saw a beautiful Nigeria, so clean, so neat. Things were in order. There was decency. Our streets were lighting up with beautiful lights. Beautiful. I saw a lot of whites flooding into Nigeria to settle. And they're coming in to do business. There was strong restructuring taking place. Everybody was just working to make sure that things are fixed. And the name of the Lord was being exalted. There was this celebration everywhere. I saw a huge celebration of people thanking God and for the grace of God that has come upon certain leaders who led to this revolution. And there was this praises all over the place. There was this clear national transformation. In this glorious vision that I saw, I drove through the nation with angelic escorts. It's beautiful to see. I saw that in the space of 2 years, Nigeria was turned around. Every Nigerian was involved in the new Nigeria project. Every Nigerian. The nation was no longer manipulated by few. The nation was no more caged by few wicked politicians. But then I saw the hand of God coming to free this country. And I heard God speaking to me, and he said to me, declare freedom from the control and the grip of the wicked one that has held this country bound. The forces that have contended with this tool that God wants to use to bring about revival and wants to bring about a restoration of his glory upon the earth.
It is a space of 2 years?
Just 2 years? Daddy, how? That's another good question, son. But before we get there, you have not even heard the best part of what I'm about to tell you.
There's more?
So much. The details, that's where the best parts are. I would have loved to share them with you, but I know that's not why you came to really see me.
Oh, no. Daddy, well, it is now. I mean, I don't know, like, I can't really claim to understand everything that you've been saying. But if we were living in the reality of the things that you speak of, the reason I came to see you wouldn't even exist in the first place. So please, this is more important. Go ahead, sir.
I saw beauty everywhere.
Earlier today, the Nigerian Senate passed into law the bill that makes for the appointment of vice presidents across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. This comes right after the reports from the extensive deliberations of the National Transformation Committee were handed in.
The nation was restructured with a very simple plan. I saw regional vice presidents appointed to monitor federal projects across the country. There was rotation of this competent leadership to lead the affairs of this great nation. That ended up the issue of agitations and call for separation. I saw people of honest character, integrity. They were appointed to take over these positions to rebuild the nation and restore the glory of this beautiful country. The Nigerian policies were revisited to favor the people, not enslave the people. This new approach gave rise to radical transformation in very many areas. Take the Nigerian roads, for instance. They were given to different companies. The highways were well paved and gardened and constructed within 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah. 6 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It wasn't difficult to achieve it because this time around, the Nigerian leaders are willing to work. It will amaze you that the president was carrying out on-the-spot assessment, flying with his chopper, overseeing and looking at the constructions going on. Each company was given a space of 10 kilometers to build. And here is the kicker. Every Nigerian was given the opportunity to invest, to have a stake in the construction of these roads. High-tech tolls were installed for revenue collection and whatever that is required to be collected. A percentage went to the people and a percentage to the federal government and a percentage to the company that have been given this job to do. So there was nothing like borrowing from outside to be able to pay for these jobs. It was paying for itself. I saw the government of Nigeria cutting down on the inflected, corrupted cost of road construction. I mean, it was as though all the highways were totally rebuilt. Beautiful. But there are 4 in particular I will want to share with you that I saw in this vision. I saw these 4 roads transformed totally. I saw the Enugu Onitsha road, and then the Benue Enugu road. And then you come from Jos to Abuja road. I also saw from Lagos to Kano. And that wasn't all, you know. The roads were not the only thing being run by the Nigerian people. I saw the aviation sector giving out to the Nigerian people to invest their money. All airports were sold out to the Nigerian people. Their funds were to repair, renovate, and build new airports, upgrade the present ones. And I saw certain airports becoming the hub of national and regional airlines. Remember when I said that everything was paying for itself?
Yes, sir.
That's the way it was in almost every sector. The Ports Authority, the state water corporations were sold to the Nigerian people. There is this monthly proceeds given to the people who make investments. Whatever the people paid for water resources, especially water services, they also get back from their own investment. So it wasn't a thing like the government was taking away from the people and the people are getting nothing. You pay for your services. At the same time, others also pay. So there's an investment and there is also a kind of interest paid back to the people. I saw our health sector, the healthcare services, also included in this vision. Our hospitals became like tourist centers. People were coming from different parts of the world for Medicare. All the teaching hospitals in Nigeria were transformed into high-tech, standard medical centers. The Nigerian people were given this amazing privilege to invest in this special sector, the hospitals. So it was like taking the whole project of what the Lord showed me, how Nigerian doctors were so endowed with high skills and wisdom on Medicare. And because of this new Nigerian project, many in the diaspora started returning back home to make investment. And they weren't just putting in their money, but they were returning back home to serve. He didn't just stop there. He showed me the vision on the educational sector. The Nigerian universities were totally sold to the Nigerian people to own it. So Nigerians invested in the educational development. The schools were allowed to charge minimal fees. And it wasn't something that the average Nigerian will feel the pain of paying because the systems were working. And what I saw, those minimal fees were to help in the maintenance of this institution. They became so rich that the universities were funding other projects outside the university. I saw technical colleges reactivated. A think tank center was developed where creative minds were housed for national development. They were paid from this national investment. The Directorate of Employment was redesigned to monitor centers that will control employment. Let me give you an example. For instance, if anyone will want a driver, all that the person needs to do is to go to the center to pick a driver. When you go there, the driver that you're going to pick will be paid from these companies that are in charge of those centers. The labor was so cheap that the average Nigerian could afford it. These centers became a place where people were going to get the best in terms of labor. Because the labor was so affordable for employers and the standard of work so high, nations were coming into Nigeria to establish factories in Nigeria. Nigerians were made as directors and share holders in these companies or factories. These days are coming, son. I can tell you, these days are coming where we will not need to borrow a dime to fund or maintain or repair anything in the nation. And God himself will oversee and supervise this transformation through the men and the women that he will set over his people. Too much?
Yes. Well, Daddy, what you're describing, doesn't that sound like socialism?
Socialism?
Yeah, because, I mean, if all national assets are owned by the people and its proceeds distributed to everyone at the end of the day, won't we have a nation full of people with zero incentive to work? I mean, if they're all still going to be taken care of anyways.
Oh, no, son. No. That's not the nation the Lord showed me. That's not the people he wants to make out of us, you know. Yes, there was redistribution of profits among the people. But you know what? It was done with respect to the degree of each citizen's investment in the sector. Take the power sector, for instance. Nigeria electricity was sold to the Nigerian people. That means that the people bought. They made investment. They bought it. People invested from 10,000 upward into electricity. And this sector was run by competent Nigerians, proficient in the field. The Nigerian people who invested, these people were receiving a monthly profit from the proceeds of their investment. This system I'm talking to you about created opportunities for investment in very many sectors. I saw several refineries constructed by Nigerians. Crude oil theft stopped. Why? Because of these zonal refineries across the country. And it was so amazing to see intelligent Nigerians that were constructing these refineries. They were small and easy to maintain. The government was selling the crude to them legally. And I saw a very high competition as Nigerians were investing into it with a very, very strong government quality control. Still sound like socialism? Listen, sir. The Nigerian people are not a lazy bunch by any stretch of the imagination. And the people the Lord showed me were not drawn to that life either. There were many avenues for wealth creation, and they were keen into them with so much zest. I saw national recycling companies were established by the Nigerian funds. Their job was to collect waste, recycle using best practices, and keep the environment clean. As you can imagine, this created millions of jobs. The proceeds were again going to the Nigerians who invested. Nigerians, I want to appreciate God for you and also for the members of my cabinet that are here. Today is a beautiful day for this country. And I have come to a place after praying and discussing with the members of my cabinet. We've come to a resolution on what to do about the state of the nation. You have gone through a lot, and we are here to serve you. And that's the reason why you elected us into office. We are here to serve you and to make sure that Nigeria stands out in the community of nations. In the next few days and weeks from now, I've declared that certain people who have taken from the treasury of this country, looted the funds of this nation and stuck them outside this country, I have given them a period to return these loots. 70% of what they have taken should be restored or returned back to the federal government, to the federal treasury, and 30% they would take it to themselves and build institutions like factories and industries for the growth of the economy of this country. This period, I have discussed with these individuals themselves in a closed-door meeting. I presented the list. They have seen their names, and so they have been given a time. And as the president of this country, with the powers conferred on me, I have given them this grace period to recover these funds and return it back to the treasury. And I have also discussed with the members of the judiciary, and the chief judge of the federation has taken it upon himself to mobilize all the judges to be in line with what we are talking about. And they have also given their support to the executive to make sure that this time around judgments are passed as of when due. And so I want to say this, that anybody after this that is found looting the treasury of this country will be jailed for 5 years. And not just that alone, but the families of these individuals will be blacklisted, and they will not be allowed for the rest of their life to occupy a public office. This is our position, and we are here to serve for the interest of the growth and the glory of Nigeria. God bless Nigeria, and God bless Nigerians. At some point, I didn't see crime again. I saw special mobile courts of 3 judges judging cases. Within a period of 2 weeks, cases were concluded. I saw the correctional facilities were actually productive. There were measures on ground to help prison inmates on their journey to rehabilitation through spiritual, physical, and mental training and reforms. I saw a lot of corrupt policemen prosecuted and dealt with, and after that, they are restored back to serve. This ended corruption in Nigeria. Within the space of a year, nobody was collecting bribes from motorists on our highways. There were special private detectives who were sent out undercover to arrest these corrupt officers. The Nigerian police, as an institution, was playing a supervisory role, and the units within it serve as armed response centers, other private security firms were brought under the police with high standard of training on VIP security, community policing, and household policing. These individuals were paying for the services of the security personnel under the police cover. Each divisional police headquarters was given the number of private companies that can cover the security needs of the area. The seeming never-ending clashes between the farmers and the headers became a thing of the past. I watched and observed that the headsmen were never allowed to be moving around, but were given ranches and not just grazing reserves. I saw milk and meat factories in each of these settlements. The farmers were getting profits from the supply of feeds, while the headsmen were getting a sustainable profit from the milk production with a good life settlement. There was such trust among the people because of the honesty in this land transaction. You see, choosing the right leaders to carry on this flame of national transformation wasn't so difficult anymore. As I watched, I saw 3 strong political parties emerge with strong and sound moral base. Nigerians were registering to belong to a political party. So much so that at the point it became law. Every Nigerian had to be a card-carrying member. Confidence and trust were restored to the polity. People had confidence to be part of the party and make things happen. Builder?
Yes, sir.
The bottom line is this. The system was taken out of the hands of politicians. Now to leaders in politics. A group of 6,000 people were raised, trained, and deployed to oversee this transformation in different parts of the nation. These were the people developing the scheme, the policies, the patterns, the procedures to run all the points of transformation. I saw 3 generations captured in this revolutionary army. Firstly, the elderly and the retired workers with integrity and a good track record were re-engaged to draw from their wealth of experience in terms of discipline, value, and vision. These were from the ages of 45 and above. Then I saw the second tier was that of the younger generation, which made up a majority of the workforce. These were between the ages of 17 and 44. Then I saw finally the last generation. They were between the ages of 7 and 16. With this, the nation had an amazing, beautiful blueprint which every generation will be running with. The blueprint goes through yearly update. Every government comes to continue on the master national plan. The federal government had so much money that they began to invest into other economies around the world. And with the Nigerian success story, other nations were employing Nigerians to help them in their national transformation.
But Daddy, before we start helping other nations with their national transformations, shouldn't we be focusing on ours first? I mean, it only makes sense that we focus on our own national transformation.
But it has already happened. Uh, the Lord showed me. I saw it. And I'm telling you what I have seen. The Lord said to me, I will give you simple tips and insight into the plan I have for national transformation. These are the things that must be done. First, everything that shall be done must involve the Nigerian people. Secondly, the government must declare 3 days of fasting and prayers in the nation. Nobody is to be allowed to conduct business within the set period. And the national televisions must only feature spiritual things and lectures, teachings based on national transformation to all faith and people. And finally, the Nigerian asset should be sold out to the Nigerian people, irrespective of tribe or religion. Every Nigerian should be given the opportunity to invest money into the national assets. This will eradicate poverty for several generations. This is heaven's plan for the transformation of our nation. Now, son, what was it you wanted to speak to me about?